Welcome back to Versatile Gun Dog. I've had a couple requests for shaking down my vest. What do I have in my vest? Well, I'm going to show you here in a second. In my vest, I have a very light pack for just my day-to-day hunts that I basically go out from the truck. I don't plan on spending many hours off into the prairie or off into the woods, and then meaning that I don't have to carry everything with me. I'm just carrying the bare essentials. So in my pack, it's a very ultralight pack. It's basically just a waistband and a bag. So there's really not a lot that my pack has in it. And so we'll start with the storage compartment in my pack. I always carry a plastic bag. You never know when you find something, garbage or stuff that you need to pick up and put in here, or there's 1,001 ways that a plastic bag is useful. So I carry a plastic bag. And this is no order of importance. This is just how I'm pulling it from my bag. Carry a compass. A tourniquet. Boy, I mean, even on long hikes or short hikes, these could be a lifesaver. No pun intended, but they could be a lifesaver. I carry a spoon, because sometimes on these little treks I throw a little like a mountain house, or actually I prefer gastronome. Those freeze dried meals really are a day saver. They're light, they pack easy, so I always have a spoon in my pack. Anybody who's seen me train, I always have a whistle. I don't always use it, but I like Fox 40 whistle. And none of this stuff is sponsored. I don't have any sponsors right now, and I'm not necessarily looking for any. But if somebody's interested, by all means, contact me. But I do have a whistle, and something interesting. I don't know where the other one is, but I have 2 woodcock bands on my lanyard. I don't know if you can see that little guy. Oh, it's trying to lock in on me. All right. Well, anyway. Of all things, I think this is probably one of the more strange things that you'll find in a pack. I built a sling, and so I have one of these in my pack. One, just for sheer cordage. You never know when you need cordage. But 2, sometimes trying to get a bird to flush from cover, like say down in a draw or a valley, it can be a little tough. And maybe my arm isn't strong enough to reach there with a rock or a pine cone. This helps multiply that power, and sometimes I can get a little further than just a arm's length toss. Or if I need to throw a rock far enough out into a pond to get the attention of my dog to go that way. If I can't throw it out there far enough, I have a little sling to help me cast that out there. A multi-tool, oh my gosh, if you don't have a multi-tool in your pack, what are you doing? A multi-tool is just infinitely useful. Sorry about the heavy dog breathing. We just got done chasing a few grouse. We did not have a great morning, but we did find a few birds. No successful shots. No shots were fired. No birds were harmed in this episode. But we have a Gerber tool. There's plenty of other ones out there. The Leathermans, the SOG, pick one. They're all pretty good. So I like the Havalon knives. I can always have a sharp blade, and they're very, very light. It's great for birds. I like these knives to keep in the pack because they're very useful and they're always sharp. Many of you who know me know I never go anywhere without a leash. This one's a poly rope. You never know when you need this, from pulling quills to securing your dog to training. Everything can be done from this poly rope. In fact, I usually, in my bird bag, if it doesn't have 3 uses or more, then it doesn't make my pack. I do carry a ferro rod and steel, so I can, if in case, by chance, I don't know if you can see that, but it works. Then I have something to start a fire. For example, sometimes, every now and then, I will clean my birds in the field and eat them right there on the spot, especially if I'm away from the truck. But in this case, this bag, I typically don't have that. A Ziploc bag with a copy of my license. I always have a backup, so if I can't find it on my phone, or usually I have it downloaded on the screen. But if I get stopped, at least I have a printed copy of it in my bag. So those are the things I have in my storage compartment. In a long-term bag, I would keep a thermometer and some minor first aid stuff. Going around the outside of my pack, whoo, there goes a spoon. Dirty. That's why we always have water. Clean it up a little bit. So I have just a pack. This model in particular has a method of carrying a dog should it get wounded. That's what I really like about this pack. Again, I'm not sponsored by this company, but this is a Final Rise vest. And I've really found that it's very adjustable for me, and I really enjoy it. They even will print your name on your vest if you want. I don't know if you can see that, but it says Versatile Gun Dog on there. Going around the outside, I do carry these types of water bottles with me. They go in these little holders right there. I just emptied this one on Tootie, and I've got to refill my bottles. But these bottles are pretty good. You can have any one that fits these little cups. These are the ones that you can get through Final Rise, and that they seem to fit pretty well. Going around the outside, I don't have anything on my straps, nor do I like anything on the strap. I think it gets in the way. So anything that, I know they come with a little hook here, I don't like them. I don't like having that stuff on there. Then as we go to the forefront, you'll see I have a boomerang retractable tool holder thingy. And this goes to hold on, I guess I better go grab it. I'll be right back. Sorry, it was on the charger. Oops. Hello. There we go, we got you. So, this is a Dogtra 2702 Train and Beep. I use it solely for training, and hence the reason why it's a TMB, Train and Beep. Has a beeper function to it, but on the back of this thing has a boomerang clip. I don't know if that shows up really well. Probably not, because it's trying to grab me. This thing clips. Maybe I'll put this closer to my face. So this thing clips like that, and then it gets retracted. So I don't lose it. If I drop it and I need to shoot, I can ditch it, and it's still attached to my vest. Same thing for a GPS. I carry the Alpha 300i just for safety reasons. It has an inReach function, the SOS function. It's probably one of the better. It's got everything you need and then some. There's more options for this GPS to do than I am even ever will be capable of utilizing. But I do like it because it has safety things on it from the inReach or the SOS button. I can mark, I can train, I can just do so much with this, and it has a great big screen. So this is definitely a go-to if I can get this thing out. In a holster, it resides in one of the Pike, the Pike 300, 200i holsters. Really love this thing. If you don't have one, and you got some kind of molly system on your vest, it's worth getting. They're a little pricey, but I would buy it again in a heartbeat. In fact, I think I have 2 of these, one for each of my packs. So, but it just, you can put your, and this also has a boomerang tool holder to it too. That way I don't lose it. But you can put it upside down so the antenna doesn't poke you in the armpit. You know, I'm not very tall, so sometimes it pokes the inside of my arm where I have it. I try to have it as far away from the front as possible. That way it's more towards my back as I go through the brush. So that way I can slip through it cleaner. Or you can put it in, well, that thing there. Put it in up, right side up, and that works too. But that's an important tool on my vest. And then these ammo pockets, of course, just have ammo in them. Sometimes I will carry a bunch of milkweed, and that helps me determine wind direction. In the woods when it's calm, it doesn't do you much good. But when you have a little puff and it's swirling around a lot, just kind of getting an idea of what the wind direction is, I'll throw off some strands of milkweed. One, I'm propagating milkweed, which is a great pollinator plant, and as well, it gives me good wind direction. So those little milkweed pods, as you're walking along, you can rip those off, throw them in your pack. They dry out, and they become the perfect wind detector. And you're adding some resources to the environment. So I have two pockets on this, and both pockets have shotgun shells in it, and that's about it on this vest. If you have any questions, please feel free, leave a comment in the section below. If there's something I didn't cover or you're wondering about that I have or do not have, or if you have some suggestions that you think I ought to have, please let me know in the comments below. Please check out the other videos. Every time you watch, it really helps support the channel. And if you subscribe, great. If you don't, that's fine too. You don't have to. But if you really want to help us, watching the other videos in succession really do help. And I'm going to link a couple videos that I think would be good after watching this one. And at the end here in the end screen. And in the meantime, the dogs are looking at me like they want to get going again. So I'm going to stop and we're going to get moving. And remember, hunt hard, always trust your dog, and go make some great memories. See you next time.